It won't mean to be great. I'm gonna be great anyway. But we're fighting COVID-19, right? We just fought through a hurricane. They knocked power down. It knocked power down. I repeat, it knocks power down. But that don't mean because it slowed it down. It knocked it down. I mean it can't come back to it. So we're fighting shootings. Young people are getting shot at, taking out this world so fast. Notice how everything, the air is just, everything is in the air. I just read about, according to the prince of the world, the air. So he got all these things flowing. All these distractions going. Just to keep your mind off the course in which you should walk and go. Because right, now you got to relive childhood situations. You got to relive being beaten as a child. Right? Because some of us live in homes where we got beaten. We got hands put on us. Why? What did I do so bad that you got to put your hands on? See, this is the conditions that we live in. Some of us fighting poverty, lack of shoes, clothes, water, electricity being turned off. You know what I'm saying? Or, electricity on, but you ain't got no gas to boil water. So now you got to boil water from the stove to make bath water. Come on here, somebody. I know y'all. Come on. I know somebody can relate to this here. I know I ain't the only one ever dealt with stuff like that. Come on here. So now it's the conditions of our mind. We young. I done been molested. I done been beaten. I done been torn. I done been slapped down. I done been called everything but a child of God. And I ain't made it to puberty yet. I got to take over as a young person in the household, go hustle to make ends meet. Why? Because mama ain't doing it. Daddy running women. Mama running men. Daddy on drugs. Smoking up everything they got. Mama's doing whatever she doing. She running behind a man. Daddy running behind a woman. I got siblings I got to take care of at a young age. So now I got responsibilities now. You see the conditions of the mind that's already been destroyed. Right? So we continue. So now you get older, you become a teenager. Now you got desires coming, you run around people who are a little more active, as I like to quote, active more than you. Although you haven't been there, but you having these conversations. Why? Because if it catch you young, it sows the seed into you younger. So why now that you got the seed in you, now it grows in you. So that's how spirit grows in you. That's why I don't understand when preachers preach this stuff. They're not telling you that you have to be careful in the dialogue, in the conversation. I'm in the book now. I'm staying within the confines of this book. When you start, because a lot of times we don't have these conversations until we hit our teenage years. Let's just be truthful. Now we go from what's going on in the household to transition. Now we meeting the word. Now we have a conversation because now this day and age you got 11, 12-year-old girls and boys having kids. The boys are not having them, but they help produce them. At a young age where they don't even know how to think. They coming out from playing with dolls, but now they got a doll in their hand, a baby, and it's real life doll now at the age of 11 or 12. Why? Because we're having these conversations. He already don't infiltrated the air, so he's already floating. You just gotta catch it. See, once one catch it and he pass on to the next, now the conversation, the dialogue goes on. Oh, such and such is active on some level. She doing this or he doing that. There's no teaching. So sometimes parents work so much that sometimes conversation can happen with their kids because they're trying to provide and make a way. You can't blame all the time the parent when they're trying to do something to better the situation that they're in, to help their child. So now when they're resting, they have the time to rest. Yes, because they working so much. I gotta rest, I gotta catch up. And their kids don't understand, mom and dad are working so much, we can't have dialogue, but I gotta have conversation out there in the streets. The streets talk to me better. Why? Because that's they seeing who cares. So now the child's having dialogue with other children, who talking to other children, who doing other things, who's conditioning your mind. Now, you're growing up, you're adolescent, some people had kids in high school, now the kids are grown. At my age now, 40, you got 2 or 3 graduating at the same time. Why? It's because of back then. the conditions where I live in, I found love somewhere else. Now my mind is programmed different. It's wired different. If you ever notice, let me tell y'all something. If you ever wire a house or a box, if you put the wrong wire in, it can mess up everything. Hello, somebody. You got to be careful which wire you put in the right circuit. Why? Because if you don't, it's going to mess up everything. So my mind is already jacked up. I'm wired differently now. I don't see what you're talking about. I don't understand what you're about. Why? Because number one, you don't understand what I'm talking about. You don't see what I came through and what I've been through to why my mind is conditioned the way it is. Come on here, somebody. Now, you growing up, you make it through puberty, you get a little activity going on. You getting fed the worldly activity. Not the godly activity, because you ain't met God yet. Some people met him early, some people don't meet him late. I keep telling y'all this. You have to understand the activity in your mind. Now, you meet God, you walking, you still in the world. The world is in you, the world is filled in you. Why? Because that's all you know, right? So now you growing up, now you become an adult life. Most young women, when they've been through hell and back, dealing with issues, they look for protection. Why? That's the nature of a woman. She wants to feel protected. Protection is a form of love. Now, I told y'all this here, and I didn't tell y'all. Let me stop. I'm wrong. I apologize. I mentioned about that WAP, whatever it's called. I told a group of individuals, I said, I'm not worried about the adults. I worry about that 13-year-old young girl who can't find love, who doesn't know what it is yet, but she hears something, and it becomes conditioned in her mind. That's love. That's what men look for. That's what men seek. That's what they after. So if I give that to them, maybe they'll love me right. Cool. So now I'm concerned about that. I'm concerned about a 12-year-old boy. He listens to all these rap songs with these dope dealers. They ran dope. Your homeboy ain't got no love. He gonna bang, I'm pulling the banger, the pistol, whatever they call it. And his mind is conditioned now to think that that's the best way to be. That's how I get love. See, let me tell you something. I'm not, there was an old saying in Bone Thugs and Home, y'all can relate to this. I'm not against rap. I'm not against rappers. But I am against those thugs. Y'all remember Thuggish Ruggish Bone? No, that brand new up in here. Y'all remember that. But I'm against the conditions of the mind. Why? Because this is how the world operates. This is how the world destroys something. They destroy your mind. Let me do one even better. I know the brothers, old players like myself, because I'm old. I used to be something that ain't no more, praise Jesus. You remember back in the day when brothers say you get in her head before you get in her what? In her bed. Why? Because you attack her mind first if you get her mind. But see, we so ignorant. Man, we ignorant, y'all. We ignorant. That's another subject for another day. But we see how we think, how we are wired to think and believe that because if we do that, we can get that. No. Woman already knows things before they transition. I'm sorry. It's the condition of the mind that I'm attacking. My mind holds on. My mind is holding on to all this information. My mind, see, that's why I say a lot of things. I'm not against whatever, but I'm just worried about the youth. Because that's the conditions that I'm worried about. Adults, you old enough to understand certain things. But I'm gonna get on y'all in a second. So now, this child is trying to find love because the condition of how her mind is thinking that is love. This young man thinking that's love. Let me tell you what's jacked up about this, according to the word. It says in the past, in the lust of our flesh, fulfilling the desires of our flesh and of our mind, were by nature of the children of wrath, even as others. The condition of the mind. See, let me tell you, fleshly things don't always desire lustful things. It don't. That's what we get misconstrued. That's why you have to be careful of the conversations, because there are seeds being sown inside your flesh to think that's the way the flesh operates. That's how it should be. That's why you have to say you have to come out from amongst them and be what? Separate from the world. Why? When you separate, that means you remove yourself from something. Hello, somebody. I gotta stay in this book. Y'all know I talk one-on-one. I do all that. I love that stuff, but I gotta stay within the confines of the good book. Why? Because This is why when you are having a conversation, and some conversations don't go as planned. In other words, you may talk about one thing that leads to another. Now you off track and off subject. That's why the world call it energy. I call it spiritual. Or you been in my spirit. It's the two forms, two different ways. I can't knock that way, but it ain't my way. That's fine. People say, Pastor Dan, your energy good today. Okay, I know what they saying. They're saying I'm in good spirits. Cool. Now, this is what happens when you confine to we're going to go to the good book of the chapter 4 of the book of Ephesians. Chapter 4. You have to understand even better. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do you one even better. I'm gonna do you one even better. I got one for you. We're gonna go to 1 Peter 4 and 3. That good book of Peter. Yes, we're gonna go with Peter. So I got one even better for you. 1 Peter 4 and 3. This when conversations happen, this is what it leads to. Listen to this. Now notice what it says. Listen to the language. It says, for the time past of our life may sacrifice us to have enough. Y'all see to have enough the will of the Gentiles. For when they walk in lavishness, lust, excess of the wine, drinking, reveling, banqueting, parties. Banquet, you know, you go to banquets, they call it a banquet like a award show or something like that, or you go out and you hang out, banquet party. I'm gonna prove it to you. It says drinking parties. Because at a banquet sometimes you drink. So now we got the world feeling like, let's go hang out, let's go party, let's go do our wild. We drinking, we socializing, we just chilling. Ain't nothing going on, ain't nothing popping. Well, it may not be popping here inside the party, but there's always a dialogue or a conversation at that party. There's always a man whispering in a woman's ear, girl, let's go, we're gonna go do our little 1-2 tonight. Okay, cool, man. Or there's always somebody concocting a plan to put something in someone's drink. Why? To rape them. Yeah, it happens. Always a way that a man who's a star athlete or a good player or he's a good dude, in order for the devil to destroy him, he puts something in his drink. Now his mind is discombobulated and disillusioned, is destroyed. Why? Because he got a Mickey slip in his drink. See, that's the desires of the flesh, to destroy. See, we look at it like it's a hit. I just gave you 1 Peter 4 and 3. The same thing that goes on the Bible has already spoken. I'm giving you Bible, 1 Peter 4 and 3. Take your time to look at it. We're going to be back in the book of Ephesians. These are the conditions in which we believe that I go hang out, it's cool, nothing pops off, blah, blah, blah. Y'all notice now when you go to these little shindigs or these little parties, especially these little house parties, now they're getting shot up. Because the person who's there, who has done something no one knows. See, this is the part about the devil that people miss. He works in the shadows. It's dark. See why? When you're dark, you can't see. So I'm working behind the scenes. Why? Because the conditions is right for it. It's like fishing. You go fishing when the conditions is right. I believe a certain part of your white perch jump, a buffalo fish, or however it go. It's the conditions that make it right for fishing. Come on here, something. Now it's the conditions on when he can work his magic. You have to understand the conditions. You have to understand when it's raining outside. 9 out of 10, we don't go outside, play no basketball, catch no football. Now, if you were playing professional or high school or maybe collegiate level, we'll go out and play football then. Why? Because we can play in the rain. We're the condition for it. We have the equipment to fight. We have the equipment. I got a helmet to protect my head. I got shoulder pads on. I got all this gear on to protect me because the conditions is right for me. But if I'm playing just out there in the street football, we ain't going to go out there and get wet. Why? Our clothes getting wet. Well, Pastor, what's the difference in that situation you're saying about the football players who are equipped to play versus football players who are not equipped? Notice the equipment that they have on versus the equipment that you're wearing. Now, why? We getting older now. We getting older. So now, that's when that scripture, I got to stay in the good book of Ephesians. I got to stay in the book of Ephesians. We wrestle not with what? Flesh and blood. We don't wrestle with that. We wrestle with the spirits now. So when you get old, you have to realize, you ever notice when you go to They got a few of them around here. You ever notice when you go to a liquor store, it says, I'm just gonna throw a name, Sensational Wine and Spirits. Anybody ever seen that? Wine and Spirits. Wine and Spirits. Is anybody catching that besides me? What you trying to tell me, Pastor James? This is what I'm telling you. Wine and spirits. In the Bible, they drunk what? Wine. But they also had spirits floating. See, one thing about a spirit, it's everywhere. Just like God is everywhere, he's spirit. You worship him in what? Spirit and truth. That's why he's omnipotent. He's all over. Hello, somebody. See, I tell y'all all the time, don't wait to pray when the condition happens. Pray before the condition happens. Well, Pastor, I can't tell you. I know. That's why you pray before it happens. So when the pandemic hit, you are already covered. It's the way your mind is conditioned. Now you get into your adult life. Not only you've been destroyed as a child, so you hoping in your adult life you find peace in your adult life. Oh, we gonna get some party started here. Now we're in our adult life. Our conditions are already jacked up and messed up. Why? You ever notice when somebody be so messed up in the head and so, it's like uncontrollable. It's the condition of their mind in which they've been through. They have not faced those. They have not got the conditions out of them just yet. So that's why it's hard for you to penetrate. Right? Okay. You're looking at the conditions. My mind. Now, Pastor James, you talked about conditions. I'm an adult now. I'm trying to fight through my old way of thinking. Trying to a new way of thinking coming out. How do I do this type stuff? You got to put out the old man. That's in the book of Ephesians chapter 4. I told you I'm staying in the book. Chapter 4. I'm going to tell you why. Verse 18 says, having the understanding darkened, being alienated from the life of God through the ignorance that is in them because of blindness of their heart. Their heart hardens. Their heart hardens. Come on here, preacher. Their heart hardens. You've been in the world so much, you've been beat up, destroyed, that it hardens your heart. That your heart can't even open. It's closed. It's closed. You got the old self still on because your mind is still conditioned. The old man is still there. The mind is still conditioned. Right? Well, Pastor James, it's hard, man. You don't understand what I've been through. I understand. But when you going to come out of it? I did. No, you ain't, because your mind's still stuck in. I had a great conversation with somebody. They told me something. They said they believe they were so damaged to the point where they don't even feel like they could be repaired. And I marveled at it. I said, why do you say that? It's because I've been through hell and back. And all I know is what I've been through. It blew my mind because sometimes when you've been through hell and back, you don't even feel like you're worthy for something better. You don't even feel like you can change your mentality. You don't even feel like you can change your mind. Why? Because it's still in that same condition that it was left in before whoever destroyed it left it. We look for so many avenues to try to find peace, restoration. And people say, well, you can find peace in God. That is so true. But in order for God to give you peace, you must find peace within yourself. We just had a hurricane. The most calmest part of a storm is what? In the what? In the eye. I know my eyes red. My eyes stay red. I stay tired. So anybody know me know his eyes stay red. I stay tired because I stay working. I stay moving. I stay that way. But we'll talk about that later. But the calmest part of a tornado is in the eye of the cyclone. It's the calmest part. By everything around is here, preacher. While everything outside is being tore up and jacked up, but then inside is still a calm part. We, the opposite. While everything around us seems to be weakened, okay, and without destroying stuff, but the inside is destroying everything that's inside of us. Hello, somebody. Hello, somebody. The hurricane and the tornadoes on the inside of us. Well, Pastor Dan, what about those around us who causing havoc? They ain't causing havoc. They trying to cause havoc. That's the difference. They're not causing it. They're just trying to cause without the S. Causes. They can't destroy nothing that they didn't build. See, as an adult, you have to understand they can't destroy you. But I've been destroyed from the past. I understand. That's why the past you cannot go back to. You only can relive it through your mind. When your mind is still holding on to something, you won't let go. It can't let go. Why? Because image. I can't forgive, but I can't forget. True. How long you gonna replay that movie? How long you gonna hold on to that? How long you gonna hold on to that man? How long you gonna hold on to that woman? Some situations I can understand. As a young child, you've been molested, that you got something that you didn't ask to give. I can understand you being beaten. You didn't ask to get beaten. I can understand that. You didn't ask for those words that tore you down. I can understand that. But if God moved you past that, do you still hold on to that? So let me tell you something about what bothers me most about individuals. It's the fact of we hold on to things that we need not to. It's like putting on old clothes that we can't wear no more. We love that shirt, but we gotta keep that. Oh, we gotta keep that shirt. That shirt, man. I remember this shirt got me through whatever. Man, this is my favorite shirt. You can't fit that shirt no more, doctor. You can't fit that pants no more, baby. Throw them pants away. Let it go. Put it in the trash. Have no more remembrance of it. Have no more remembrance of it. This is good teaching today. I feel, boy, the Holy Ghost showed up on this one. I ain't lying to you. Throw it away. In order to hold on to memories, you got to throw stuff away. You got to rebuke them visions in your mind. You got to rebuke them conditions that you not in no more. You got to rebuke that. Because if you started holding on to it, you're grabbing the bottle. I just told you about parties because you drinking parties. Now when you went to the party to drink, in order to move your mind, you grab onto that bottle. You drinking your sorrows away. But here's the kicker, people. Let me help y'all with something. You know what that does? All it does is take your mind away for a minute, but once you get back sober, it's going to come right back to you. The Bible says, people get this scripture misconstrued too. Be merry, but sin not. In other words, sometimes you're going to take the pain away, but don't go sin. Let me help you out. That don't always mean lustful sin. That means conversations. That means thoughts. Because when a person gets mad so to the point that they've been to drink, they go pick up a gun and go shoot somebody. Hello, somebody. This is good food today. This is good teaching. This is good teaching. This is good teaching. I've been, I don't even know what to say on this one. Because he feed me. I didn't even plan to go to tell you the truth. Like y'all know me, something I don't plan to go to, but he just go there. But we gonna go there. See, sin don't always mean lustful. It's conversation sometimes. What you plan to do to your brother is a sin. What you plan to slap your son around, it's a sin. When you plan to put your hands on somebody, that's sinful. Because you think of doing harm, not love. It's doing out of hate, not love. Now, it's a difference when you want to discipline out of love. But when you want to do harm, you're doing it out of hate. You're disliking something. That's why the conditions of your mind. Let me tell you something. I told someone this today on the way up, on the way to do this broadcast, because I just don't want to sit there and I want to touch everybody I possibly can. I keep telling y'all, my goal is one soul needs to be saved. I got to get them out of that mindset. I told a person this. Well, they told me this, and they didn't realize they speaking. They say, if I clean up, I can find my life. My title coming soon. If I can clean it up, I can find my life. You ever notice when you sweep broken glass, you make sure all that glass is what? Up. Because the glass is broken. You don't want to step on nothing that's going to cut you. Some of y'all got broken glass on the ground right now, and it's just started cutting you, and you just started walking in that glass. How can you get out of the condition of your mind and hold on to things if you don't sweep it up? If you don't throw it away? Well, I can't throw it away. Why not? I never got an answer. They was wrong. I know that. Why God did me like that? What you mean? God could have stopped that. Yeah. Could have. But you could have too. You may could have stopped it as a young child because you had no power. They was strong on. But them words as you got older, you could use as fuel to show them that you are better than who you are. See, this good book feeds you. Y'all gotta forget my Bible. This is my old good Bible. I keep this Bible. This is my good. I got another. Y'all know my other Bible. Y'all know I always show y'all my Bible. Y'all know I show y'all my Bible because I gotta go in this book. But what happens when it's your time and you're in possession of, in other words, in control of your situation, where you can transition and change that? See, the first thing we say, I got kids. I can't have my kids grow up how I grew up. I can respect that because we all as adults say that. But what happens when your mind has not left a place for you to grow out of? But you holding on strong because people want to say my kids. Let me expound something. I said this earlier. In order to move, you got to let go. Before a storm happens in your life, you have to pray and show God, God, I know I've been through what I've been through, that's fine. But Lord, whatever you do, don't let my kids go through what I went through. That means reconditioning and retraining my mind as well. Why? Because the things that my mother or father spit to me, I don't want to spit it out to my children. The things that I did was as a child growing up on the block, hearing drive-by shootings, Lord, don't let my kids fight through that. It's a lot of parents today who children. We only fighting police, but I don't have to talk about the police brutality. I don't have to talk about all that because I don't talk about that too much already. I got to talk about the conditions in which we live, in which my spiritual mind and folks are in, that they ain't let go of. I don't have to talk about the police. It's been going on since the dawn of time. My parents lived through that. My grandparents went through that though. We fight. We gonna forever fight that. I hate to be that guy, but we forever gonna fight it. It's a new tactic. See, it's nothing new under the sun. True, but that don't mean the way we haven't seen it yet. It's just done in a different form. So when it comes to the light, we've been here before. We done that. You see how that go? That's why you have to be careful who you allow in your life. Men and women. Why? Because we got I told y'all last week when I was sitting there preaching, and I told y'all you had to be careful who you let in your family. Because you don't know what type of spirits that came from their family, that's in them, transcend them. They may be good people, but you don't know their side of the family because every family got secrets. Hello, somebody. Every family's been conditioned. Hello, somebody. It's like when you take a person out the hood, they ain't never been nowhere, and they finally go somewhere, boy, they don't know how to act. Y'all know I ain't lying. Boy, oh Lord, they shows up and shows out. And you like, man, you act like you never been nowhere. They haven't. All they used to is the conditions they in. That's why they act the way they act. They ain't used to none of this stuff. They're not used to it. You ever notice when men and women, when men and women, I'm sorry, I get happy sometimes, but I'm gonna calm down and teach this word. You ever notice when a person who always begin to give, they was a giver. But when they start to receive, they don't know how to receive something. It's because the condition of their mind says, I've been given so much, I don't know how to receive love. I don't know how to receive financial blessings. I don't know how to receive a good word. Let me use me. I can't receive constructive criticism or a compliment. Anybody who knows me, I got a partner right now, he'll tell you. Somebody say something, I don't know how to receive it. Well, you should be used to it. True, but I don't know because it's not conditioned in my mind yet. Because when those who used to hear nothing but negative stuff, that's all they used to is negative. So when they hear something positive, it's not being receptive. Because they like, and you're trying to figure that out. So we diving in the net. We growing out of it. But Pastor James, how can I fix the conditions of my mind? By building positive seeds in your life. By rebuking and stopping the visions that come in your mind. By telling that devil, when he puts something in your mind, it ain't happening today. See, no, you got to start tearing these bricks down. You got to start tearing this wall down. You got to start feeding yourself this positivity. Because if you start feeding yourself negative, that's all you don't know is negative. That's all you can receive. It's negative. So when you start tearing that stuff down, and throwing all that everywhere, and throwing that stuff in the trash, removing all that stuff, now you have clear land. See, now you can see the land. Hello, somebody. You ever notice when they, especially when you see how when they clear our land, at first you see nothing but trees, but when the land gets cleared, you can see space. That's what you need. You need new space in your mind. Hello, somebody. Talk to me. Come on now. Don't act brand new. Y'all know how we give it up. Y'all know how we give it up. You got to clear your mind with space. Because you got to be able to put something there. Hello, somebody. This book that people debate for thousands of years. Some people, say it's bogus. It's blown out of proportion. It don't make no sense. But yet, when you read this book, and it told you about the fleshly things, I just gave you 1 Peter 4:3. Talked about going to parties when you drinking, because what's there? It's talked about conversations that you had. Why? Because every man and woman don't have dialogue. I don't care how well the pastor was or who he was or how spiritually enlightened he think he is. He had a conversation in his past life about a situation, talking, whether they was former dope dealers, former pimps, players, or hustlers. They had conversations that they should not have. When you transition out of the old into the new, that means you cut conversation short. Some people you need to cut out. Let me just be true. Some of y'all need to cut some people out y'all circle. Some of y'all need to cut some of these conversations short. Some of you need to cut some of these men and women short too. Hello, somebody. Some of you start talking y'all baby dad on the cool or your baby mama. Hello, somebody. I know. It's tight, but it's right, but we gonna get you there. We gonna get you there. Cut out these conversations. Some of y'all talking to your co-workers a little too frequently. I know. Go ahead, somebody. Some of you need to stop flirting with your boss. Or your little partner. Because some of y'all talking to your partners a little, yeah. Yeah. See, that's how people step out their marriage or step out their relationship through conversation. Nobody talking back to me, huh? Okay. I got you. It's all good. We know. I know. See, that dialogue is something else. See, that dialogue put you in a condition. The dialogue open up doors. But you gotta know how to close certain doors. Yes, I know. Yes. Come on here, somebody. Talk to me. I tell y'all this all the time. I don't care what you got going on. My Bible, it's my. I've been having this Bible for years. I'm telling y'all, it's been through stuff and bad, but I keep this Bible. I'm still gonna keep this Bible. But this book don't lie. Y'all remember when Judas betrayed Jesus, and Jesus told him, "Whatever you gonna do it quickly." The reason why I'm bringing it up is the condition of Judas' mind. How he already conspired to betray Jesus. Although Jesus knew it. I had a great dialogue with a good partner of mine. My boy asked me, he said, what happens when you got a Judas that's close to you? What do you do? I said, you keep him closer to you. Well, why I want to keep him close? Because you got to watch what he do. Because it means you already know what he's doing. Your mind is already knowing, okay, I know what he's doing, but I'm gonna keep my hand together. So now your mind is conditioned to understand that people gonna betray me. People gonna talk about it. But what the condition of your mind is for the response. Am I gonna respond in a way that makes them look glamorous? Because he showed out Jesus for 30 shekels, I believe, and bought a field. I'm in the Bible. He brought a field. Where he actually killed himself. Hung himself. The field of blood is what they call it. I'm going to dive back and I'm going to teach on that another time. But Jesus already had conditioned his mind that I'm already going to be betrayed, so don't nothing you do shock me. When you've been betrayed so much, I have been betrayed so much in your life, you can see it coming before it happen. Because your mind is already conditioned to know that when I seen it the first time, I'm gonna see it the second and third. I got the picture already painted. When you see a man that ain't worth 4 quarters, and you know he just like the last one, but yet y'all keep him around. Hello, the condition of your mind, because that's what you used to, brothers. She looking fine as wine, got it going on, got a little junk in the trunk, pulling an 18 whoop. Come on here, somebody. But she doing the same thing that last woman did. What we do, we keep them around. That's why our minds get destroyed, because we know what's killing us, but yet we keep it around. It's like a killer. You know he a killer. You think he gonna kill you next? Yeah. He might not get you today, but he gonna get you. Because you know too much. Hello, somebody. Talk back to me. I know. They be talking about, I want you to recondition your mind. I want you to get out that old mindset. Transition to a new mindset. The world gonna forever spin, but it's forever gonna have problems. But that don't mean your mind has to follow suit what's going on. Before anything happen, pray before you get there. You may not know when it's coming, but always be prepared, because your mind is conditioned to know I got to pray. That's why I said pray without ceasing. Pray for all things, not just something. Pray with faith and joy, knowing this already is going to happen. So, today was a good teaching day. This might be the best I have taught so far. It really has. Lord has, what? It ain't me. I can tell you that much. Don't even give me the line to you. But, nevertheless, today was a great day. I pray that y'all have an extraordinary day. I pray that you transition your mind by the renewing of your mind. So today, with that being said, and I hope you all had a great and wonderful day. God bless you. Before we go, I just got one small prayer. It's going to be small and simple. Father, renew the mind, renew the body, and renew the spirit. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. That's all I want. So y'all be blessed. Y'all be good. Wednesday night, we're going to start doing Wednesday night Bible studies as well. So be on the lookout for that. Podcast coming soon, working on that. I want to thank the CEO of Social Goals for inviting me to do this. I just want to thank everybody, man. I really appreciate y'all. I want y'all to keep growing in God. Don't stop growing. Don't stop moving. Feed the word to everybody you can. Speak something to somebody like. Just don't hold it. Speak it. Get it out. Because you may not know who you may bless. So if you come out, he can bring them out too. Y'all be good.